Aquarius, and welcome to my channel, Higher Healing Tarot. I am going to be going through a general reading, a soul reading. So please stay tuned for that. I also wanted to mention that I am doing a new thing called Express Tarot. It's a very inexpensive email personal reading. You will receive it by email, but it is voice activated, which means you can replay it over and over again, and you'll get a picture so you could follow along with the reading. I'll be doing it live, and you'll get a recording of it. So there'll be information that down in the description box. So hope to hear from you guys with that. Hope to get some personal readings in for you all. All right, Aquarius, let's get started. We're going to be looking at your positive energies, your challenges you may be facing, what you need to make time for, and some outcome cards. But first, your soul card. What does your soul want? Your soul wants joy. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. So that's a great card to have. Yes, it's about time you had some fun, huh? Huh, Aquarius? If you haven't felt like you've been having any fun, or if all your joys begun and courage, live passionately comes up under the deck, which is really interesting too. So Spirit is encouraging you, or not even Spirit, this is coming from you. This is your soul saying, I want to have more joy in my life. I want to have more fun. I want to experience things and be free and feel like I have, like that wild abandonment still, and where I can go and do things that I love to do and not even have to think about it twice. So let's see what Spirit has to say to help you get there. So first we're going to look at the positive energies surrounding this. I'm going to lay out all the cards and then I'll go over all of them and clarify. So we're going to look at the positive energies first, please. Okay. Positive energies for Aquarius. The Emperor. Wow, it's funny because the Emperors kept coming up in the Earth readings, and now that I'm going into the air readings, I see the Emperors coming up in your positive energy. So really nice energy there. Very strong. So you could feel like in a very stabilized place. You're good with decision making. You're just it's just kind of like a very positive, grounded energy coming in here. Your challenges, Two of Swords. Yeah. Taking the blindfolds off, like making decisions without feeling. It's funny because your positive energy is that you can be decisive right now and you can make good decisions. And your challenges is coming up is that you're overthinking all of it. So when you're going to make a decision, you can't like be in this place of like going back and forth and going back and forth and going back and forth, and maybe I should do this, and maybe I didn't look at that right, and maybe I should go back and look at that, and instead of just coming from your heart, instead of just coming from your intuition of what it is you were deciding to do. And once you start trusting that, that's when the joy starts to come into it, because now you're making decisions based in your own intuition and what you perceive to be is right, and it does bring joy, because once you get it, now you're like, yes, that's it, that's what I wanted. So what you need to make time for, the Fool, to take that leap, just to take that leap forward, and to actually be in the energy of what Spirit is trying to bring forward right now. In order to have joy, you have to kind of bring in joy. You can't just, it's funny because she's holding a crystal in her hand too. You have to bring in joy. You have to make it yours. I'm looking at these cards and like, look at how the energy is coming out of this heart here, and then it's like there's a lot of energy coming out of her and like on the thing. So this is a movement of energy. This is an energetic movement into joy and ecstasy. Like you have to kind of leap into it. Like, you have to do something, get out of your head, and just start making decisions that are making you happy. Let's go to the outcome cards here, and then I'll clarify everything. We have the Hermit. So, yeah. And one more outcome card. Aquarius. Oh, no, 3 came out. I'll take them. All right, so we have the Chariot, we have the 4 of Pentacles, and we have the 7 of Cups. So this is more like bringing in, I would say, guidance than move this down just a little bit further. There we go. So yeah. And under the deck, the King of Swords. Again, decisiveness. Decisiveness. You have the Emperor and you have the King of Swords here. This is about being decisive. This is about bringing yourself to a place where you are making clear decisions for yourself. You trust that decision that you're making, and you're bringing it forward. The guidance here is to like really get clear on what that is and bring that forward. It's something that you need to get straight on so that you can bring it into the future for yourself. Like, if you keep acting in a way where you're in indecision all the time, you're never going to be able to switch out into joy because it's blocking your mind. When you're in indecision like that, when every time something comes up, you have to hem and haw over it. You have to look into it. You have to research it. You have to, like when this energy starts to come into play where you're just not sure, you're not trusting yourself. And if you can't trust yourself, you can never find joy because parts of you are just being held back. Which is this 4 of Pentacles, which the energy that's really coming through for me in this 4 of Pentacles is holding back. Like holding back, not like going like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, you have to bring that forward. You have to come out of this energy. And that takes a little bit of time and contemplation because you have to learn to trust yourself. So this is actually like, I would be more, it's funny because under the deck here, under the Soul deck was courage. And courage being, that I live life passionately and courageously. If you're in a state, if you want to live in joy and you want to live being courageous and having fun and taking those leaps of faith and like really going at it, like living life to the fullest, you can't be in indecision. You can't, like one thing is not going to be, it's not going to balance out. That doesn't balance. So you have to make, come to a place where you can bring this into a full balance and be clear on what you want and learn how to think in that manner. Again, maybe that Express Tarot, I can help you out with that. Like getting to that, what that would take. So think of that Express Tarot as almost like an extended reading of this, but it's personal. So it's a really good way. If you're connecting with this, it's a really good way to get more clarity on it. But let's clarify and see what comes up here. All right, so we have the Emperor. Let's clarify the Emperor. And look, we have the 10 of Pentacles on the Emperor. So look, being in that stable place, being in that positive energy is not only going to bring joy, but it's going to bring abundance. Like there's even more here that's going to come from this than just being it about, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and have myself a ball tonight. Like, no, this is about being truly joyful. And being in true joy and bringing in true stability does mean that you have abundance in your life, that there's everything that you need is there, period. That brings joy. because it's stability. That stability is there. On this Two of Swords, we have the Moon, which is kind of like not surprising because this is that I'm not sure energy. So this is about getting clarity around that. We just had this new moon come in. So this is a very, very good time to really start contemplating with this Hermit card. A couple of major arcanas come in here too. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcanas. Well, 6 with the moon. Do I count the moon? Yeah, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcanas coming in here with the 10 of Pentacles. So very, very strong energy here to kind of like move yourself into this new joyful energy. Like, this is the time to do it. Okay. What you need to be mindful of, you have the Fool card here, and then you have this 5 of Cups comes up. So don't worry about what you're leaving behind. You have to take those, see those 2 gold cups? That's what he needs to do to get over the bridge and get to that castle. He needs to go just pick up those 2 cups. The rest of the spilled wine there, doesn't matter. It's over with. It's old energy. Doesn't need it anymore. You need to take a leap forward into something fresh and new. And that's what this energy is representing. To kind of like not being like disappointment of what you're leaving behind, because what you're leaving behind was not causing you. It's funny. I just looked over at the camera and noticed that the 10 of Wands was at the bottom of the deck, and that's exactly what I was explaining. You're leaving your burdens behind so that you can come into joy. The energy of joy is like almost like love. It's like love is the highest, and then it's joy. So if you're in these lower vibrations where you're like hanging on to this old energy of like stuff that just doesn't make you happy, you're never going to get up that high. So you really have to work on clearing that out, and also, just getting into how trusting your own intuition, trusting your own decisions, and get out of that mindset of, like rolling all these things around your head that are just, I call it the fluff. It's the fluff in your head. Like, it's like, maybe I should do this, or maybe not, or maybe I should read this book, but it might have the answer, but I don't really have time for that. And it's like all of this stuff. However this goes for you, I'm just giving an example. However this goes for you, where you are putting yourself in a state of anxiety over making a decision about something that's supposed to be making you happy. So let's get a couple more clarification cards here. All right, for the Hermit, clarify the Hermit. I'll take these 2. Oh, there's 3 here. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands, we have the 10 of Swords. This is 3 10s that came up for you already. And we have the Knight of Swords. So basically what these 3 cards are saying is go find your passion, leave the rest behind. Like, knights are action. You have to take action towards this. You have to put this wheel in motion. Like, you can't just sit around thinking about it. It's something that you really need to take a real true action on. Although the Hermit card is coming up here to contemplate what that action should be, but then you have to go for it and leave the rest behind. You had that 10 of Wands under the deck. It's 2 of Cups now. So trusting yourself, bringing in your own intuition, trusting your own guidance. The 2 of Cups can also mean like a divine coupling happening. So if this means this is also kind of like a marriage card. So as far as like relationship status, this might be also representing that like a great relationship that brings you love and joy is also going to come in once you do this work. This card right here is saying you can have it all. You can have it all. like this is sitting on top of the emperor. Like you can just have all of it. It's abundant. It's like it's everything. But all these tens coming in is also indicating the ending of that, whatever that cycle was that was causing you to not to get in this like undecisive energy, and for you to be in your head all the time. Whatever was causing that energy, it's we're in a place now where that energy can come to a complete end, and you can kind of start fresh and get go to like this new piece of where you can be in a joyful state all the time. So let's get the Keepers of the Light some guidance here. Very interesting energy. Sorry. To just really make changes, and I'm noticing this in all the readings. Like Spirit is really calling for everybody, just to, this is like for the collective. Like, and that's kind of like what I was drawn into doing this as soul readings, because it's just time for you to do you. It's just time for you to really listen to what your soul is telling you. I have the wrong card in here. That's funny because the soul card got stuck in my other deck. Yeah, and it was the light card. So bring your light in. Like, it's really time to bring your light in and show yourself, because that's where the joy is going to come, All right, so let's see. White Eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. That may be very specific to somebody, but family is also represented here. So, this may be something that you need to look into. This indecisiveness or this lack of joy may lie in a clearing around something in your ancestry. I'm going to go to the bottom of the deck here. Paul the Venetian, experience grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. This is also a message I've been getting about sharing your gifts. And sometimes to be in like our highest state of joy, that's what we need to be doing. We need to be sharing our gifts. And I know a lot of people right now are looking for ways to bring their gifts forward. They know they have something. They're like intuitive empath like I am, or so they have psychic abilities. They know they have it and they're trying to bring it forward, but it's such an uncomfortable thing when you don't really know how to do that, or you're afraid how you will be received. But once you start to do it, this frequency, you'll start riding the wave of that frequency, and it'll start to snowball a little bit into something that's really great. So you just have to kind of like have the courage to do that, to actually be able to put yourself out there like that. And it's really, this is just about get out of your head with it and take the action to start doing it, whatever that is. So, okay, Aquarius, that's all I have for you today, but take care.